Welcome. This is Callie Carroll, and you're listening to a special series where we're diving into Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, taking 28 days to have intentional gratitude to see how our lives can change. It is a part of Good Morning Sunshines where we wake up to see that perspective reveals miracles. And guys, I'm telling you, gratitude can change your world. Let's get started. Good morning, sunshines. Money, 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 money. Money today. It's number 5, day 5 of our magic practice. We're talking about money. There's 3 different magical practices wrapped around money, I believe. 3. So this is the first of those. And this is one of the easiest ways that we've been able to put like a statistic or a number on the results from our different previous chapters where we've done the magic. And what I mean by that is to really uh, put a number on how the relationship healed or how your health healed. Like that's can be challenging to do, but to see the change in people's finances and how money started to appear from the magic has always been one of my favorite parts about doing the magic. So super excited about this one. Today is magic money. And what we want to do is, first things first, if you're complaining about money, about how much things cost, about your lack of, you are turning the dollar bills away. You're like, just keep running away from me because I have nothing but complaints. I'm not showing gratitude. So it just is going to keep on keeping on its own route, which isn't going to be your route. Gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty, is what hymnal says. I'm going to actually read you a paragraph here because I feel like it really hits home. And remember, this is from Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, that we are doing all together here in this series. If there's a lack of money in your life, understand that feeling worried, envious, jealous, disappointed, discouraged, doubtful, or fearful, even saying the words, about money can never bring more money to you because those feelings come from a lack of gratitude for the money you have. You're not thankful for what you do have, all you're focusing on is what you don't have. Complaining about money, arguing about money, getting frustrated about money, being critical of the cost of something, or making someone else feel bad about money are not acts of gratitude, and the money in your life can never improve. It will worsen. Even if you're just like, I just don't have enough money, that's being ungrateful. That's coming from an ungrateful spirit. And remembering that the purpose of this book is to know that whoever has gratitude for money will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude for money, even what she has will be taken from them. So that's the whole point of each one of these practices. And today, the first thing that we get to do is go back and say thank you for all of the money that has been given to us in the past without a debt, without a requirement. And some people are like, I've never been given anything. I've worked to earn every single thing that I've ever had. And I know where you're coming from. I see that. I receive that. But let's think about your childhood. And this practice really opened my eyes. And it just, man, it just made me feel so good to think about all of the different things. So in your childhood, what different things were you given without expectation? It's not like your parents allowed you to drink water from the water bill that they paid, if and only if you went out and sold newspapers and paid them for it. If and only if you fill in the blank. They gave you water to survive on a daily basis. Did yours do that? Who else? Who had a house growing up, lived under a roof? I didn't pay the mortgage when I was younger. I didn't. I went to school. I did my things. I didn't pay the mortgage. Did any of you guys get to go to school? And if you did get to go to school, did you get to wear clothes to school? Did you get the books that you needed? Did you have pencils and crayons and markers? Maybe even a cool little lunchbox? Did you eat lunch every single day? You weren't out there in the grind trying to buy that lunchbox. Somebody gave you the lunchbox with the PB&J and the celery in it or whatever you had. Somebody paid for your lunch. Did you ever get to go on vacations? I kind of tease when I'm on stage and I'm talking about, before life and afterlife of making some certain accomplishments and how our previous vacations were primarily camping trips. And then, seeing some of the different things that we've earned and accomplished today. And now I go back and I look at those camping trips, like those memories are incredible. A tent and a lake. Heck yes. Not to mention now camping's hella expensive. I don't know where you guys are from, but in Colorado, yeah, you just make sure you have your dollar bills to go camping, which is awesome that we can afford to do that time to time. It's so cool. Did you ever get any birthday gifts? Did you have toys? Did you have a bike? I had a bike, and I don't know how my parents or where they got this, but I had a little AM FM radio on my bike. So I would ride around, like jam out to my tunes. This was back in the day where the parents were like, go on out. When the streetlights turn on, you better be home. And we would just go and ride for hours. And I'd be jamming to my radio. I didn't have to pay for that. My parents were like, if and only if. They gave me a radio on a bike to be a kid, like, amazing. And I don't know what your memories are, but what things did you have? Did you get to go to the doctor? Did you have a dentist? Did you play any sports? Did you get to use shampoo? Did your family have a car? All of these beautiful blessings that you received at no charge with no expectation. And when I went back through that practice, I don't know I don't know what financial state I was in the first time I did this, but I just remember feeling really, really thankful and blessed in the category of money. And I want to remind you, we haven't always had the best monetary experience over here at the Carroll household. In 2008, 2009, lost both of our businesses. We filed bankruptcy. We couldn't short sell our house. I had a very critical and sour attitude towards a lot of things at the time. And instead of practicing the magic, I wish somebody would have told me about this then. Instead of practicing this, I practiced the opposite, I'm going to say. And I made myself literally sick in and out of the doctors for over a year because my sourness, my criticism, my fear, my worry, my scarcity mindset was making me ill, digestively showing up in my world in a yucky way. Ah, I wish I would have had this in. And we've climbed our way out of that and made changes personally to have a different experience. And when you connect to your gratitude of money in this way, it just makes your heart feel good. Man, you've been given a lot of things. Maybe as an adult, you've been given things. When we again, when we went through my son's diagnosis and I went from working 3 companies, being the top percent of the network marketing company that I was in, and with all of my different income, having a high six-figure income, to not working at all, you would think, wow, just realize this. You would think that I would have been sitting there in the hospital. What are we going to do? How are we going to pay these bills? What is next for us? When am I going to be able to work again? How, what, why? I did not have any of that. Usually, it's my husband had to take an emergency flight home from California. And I would be like, "Oh my gosh, remember what we're not supposed to do on here? Criticize how much something costs. How much is that gonna cost? A last minute flight, what is that gonna be, like $700 one way just to get here?" And my gut would have been like, "Oh." I had none of that. I had this positive relationship with the magic of money and faith that I was like, I know it's gonna be okay. And over the next 4 or 5 months to see the different people that showed up for us while I was busy at chemo, cleaning up so much vomit, doing at-home infusions myself, calling insurance companies appointment after appointment, figuring things out. My son just so sick, in and out of the hospitals. People just were showing up for us left and right, giving and providing and supporting in so many different ways. And when I think about the gratitude that I've learned to have, because I have been of scarcity mindset for sure in the past, deep in it. Poor relationship with money, complain about the cost of things. Maybe, I don't know about having judgment for what other people had, but maybe jealousy, it's a form of this. It's going to start steering it away from you. You should be happy for everybody and everything they receive. I had that in my heart at one time. And to see the transformation that I've made a lot through this book and this practice that we're going through, and being able to acknowledge how grateful I am, you create more of that. that which you give gratitude for creates more of that which you gave gratitude for, creates more of that which you gave gratitude for. Like it just keeps rolling in. It is crazy, you guys. So first thing is you're going to practice your childhood connection and write down a few of those different things. Thank you. Thank you so much for my bike with that radio. That was super freaking awesome. I love that. Thank you so much for being able to go to gymnastics. That was not a cheap sport. I got to go to nationals. My parents would figure out how to pay for me to get to Florida to do a competition. Like very, very blessed. Oh, it just feels good to talk about. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to create another consistent reminder, like our magic rock, like our health sign, to tie you to how connected you are and the gratitude that you have in your heart for the money that you receive to continue to create more abundance. So grab a dollar bill and you're going to write, not on it, but maybe on a sticky note, because we don't write on money, right? A sticky note. Thank you for all of the money I've been given throughout my life. Because when you say that, more of that occurs in so many different ways. It could occur in the form of your tax return. It could come at you in the form of somebody paying for your coffee when you're in line, somebody giving you a dog crate when you actually were just going to go buy one and now you don't have to, a refund that you had forgot was there but that just showed up, a discount, a coupon. There's so many different things where you're actually receiving money and when you're like, thank you for that. It's really cool what can happen. In fact, I don't remember the exact name of the app, but if you look up the Secret Money app, there's one out there where you can actually track the money that you're receiving and it helps you deepen this practice. You don't have to while we're doing the magic right now, but it is a great app. I've used it for a long time. It's very encouraging to be connected to the blessings that you have in your world. So get a dollar bill. I was like, you know what, this time, why not go big? Just grab a full bill and keep this in your wallet. That's what I'm going to do. A little Benjamin. Thank you for all of the money I have been given throughout my life. And just that's it. No, nothing more attached to that except for just a pure form of gratitude. That is your 5th day of your practice for the magic. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Make sure you grab that book and participate with us. Go back to day 1 if you just caught this. This is the first time that you've watched or listened, and you can catch up, or you can watch. You can be 4 days behind. You can be 4 years behind. It's your journey, you guys. You don't have to be on the exact same date. That's weird. Anyways, why would we all be doing the exact same date? There's so many other times and opportunities. And remember that we will continue through 28 days of this. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to being with me today. Whatever. Sometimes words are really hard. Let's not get into it, you guys. Thank you so much for being here today and for giving this 15 minutes, 13 minutes to yourself for your personal growth. Go out there, create a positive relationship with money. Let's start with this, the money that we've been given. And don't forget that perspective reveals miracles. I love you guys so much, and we will talk with you soon. Bye. Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how we impact more lives. All right, see you next time.